Now, we've talked on this program before about welcomes to country, the acknowledgements of country that have become commonplace in this country. I like them at the right time and in the right way, but there's no doubt that this is sometimes overdone. Pauline Hanson rudely walked out of Parliament during such a ceremony just last month. And now some Indigenous leaders have criticised TV shows for seemingly unnecessary statements. This is how a new series of the show called The Masked Singer kicked off the other day.
We come to you tonight from Gadigal land, a place of beauty and abundance where the sandstone meets the sea. We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present and emerging, and extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us tonight.
Australia, we're back.
It seems incongruous, doesn't it? Some sort of crazy, fun-filled show, presumably, starting off all sombre like that with the acknowledgement. And why should it be sombre anyway? This is the best place on earth. We love it. We recognise the Indigenous heritage. Carry on, celebrate. Let me bring in Coalition Senator for the Northern Territory, Jacinta Nampijinpa Price. Jacinta, you've been a singer and a performer in the past, so you've got a bit of a perspective on these things. Do you think a welcome to country is warranted at the start of these sorts of shows?
I think it's just become a little bit cringy. When I hear things like that on shows like that these days, I can't help but cringe. This idea that we're supposed to show our respect to just all Indigenous people, I mean, why? Why should that be the case? Why should we single out Indigenous people only and not respect every single Australian? That's what I don't understand. And again, it's a divisiveness. It's become a real divisiveness. And really unnecessary, I think, to have to constantly be able to do this. It's more lip service. I don't feel there's a real genuine sort of, sentiment behind it, but more just like, well, we want to be seen as being non-racist, so let's do this. Yeah,
it is strange, isn't it? Because if there's a reason for it, it makes sense. For instance, I'd love to take this show to the Garma Festival sometime. If we did a remote broadcast of this show from Garma, it would seem to be sensible to thank the local owners and recognise where you are. But just to do it every day and repeatedly seems a bit weird. Have a look at this. This is Channel 9's show The Block.
Welcome to The Block 2022.
There you go. And then they go on with a wonderful reality show about building houses. What is there a context there that you can help me with that makes it useful?
I don't know if I can. I don't find it useful, so I don't know if I can provide that context for you. But again, it's like everyone's jumping on this latest fad, and that's really what it is. And I think, a relative of mine said recently to me, let's stop making Aboriginality a business, because that's exactly what it's become. It's not just a business, but just a virtue signal. And really, nobody's really learning anything deeper or is going beyond anything like that. It's not actually helping any Indigenous Australians in any real practical and or meaningful way. It's just saying, oh, look at me, I know, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It's really about whoever it is doing the virtue signalling than actually really showing any meaningful respect toward Indigenous Australians.
Yeah, indeed. It's just, as I say, I agree with you. It's just got to be some context for it, not just be done at the drop of a hat in terms of virtue signalling.